And good evening, everyone. Welcome back to tonight's UNY-CHL action here in Stony Creek, Ontario, between the home team of the Redeemer Royals and the visiting Canisius Golden Griffins. The Royals are in the offensive zone to start the game. We've got Ackland behind the net. He throws a backhand on net. That's dealt with by the keeper. See if it can be kept in at the blue line. It is. It's sent back on net, and the puck is tipped over the glass to reset play. My name is Jared Meyer. I'll be commentating the game tonight. I apologize for the possible Canisius viewers that are watching the stream tonight. I don't have a roster of the visiting team with me. I do have one for the Royals, so we'll just be referring to the Golden Griffins as the Golden Griffins for tonight. Canisius comes the other way. They dump it in, and that's a fairly routine save for Easton Hildebrand. We'll have a face-off in the Royals zone. And this one gets into neutral ice. This is Dawson Abrahams. He feeds it to the left. Wanted the feed back from Chase Brown. He didn't get it. It's at the blue line now for the Royals. It's kept in. Adam Beatty sends it. It's Chase Brown on the follow-up. And Canisius will come the other way into neutral ice. They'll go down the left side, the number 14 here, into the corner. Redeemer takes possession, is coming the other way. It's Beatty. Over to the far side for Abrahams, who dumps it in, allows the Redeemer, or at least part of the line, to change. Beatty again sends it in. It's controlled by Canisius. Redeemer enters the zone and gets around to the corner. It's Beatty again, sends it into the middle. No one there. Canisius controls and will turn around in their own end to assess things. The pass up ice will go all the way down to Redeemer's end. And Easton Hildebrand will cover it on Redeemer's side. The Royals in the offensive zone. Canisius recontrols. Royals now in their own end. Good news, I've also just received the Canisius team roster, so I will do my best to commit those to my memory as fast as possible. But this is the Royals coming down the other way. Beatty dumps it in. It's controlled by the goalie for Canisius. In the Redeemer Royals end, they'll get it out of the corner, and they've got men going forward. This is Jake Hackett sending it back into center ice. That's Hudson Kozlowski with the giveaway in neutral ice. And Sam Pereira controls in the Redeemer end. Asher DeBoer now tries to enter the zone and does. It's quickly removed from the offensive zone as Hackett will control for the Royals. Pereira to dump it down. This is the number 22 fires a shot. That's Patrick LaRoque. Saved by Easton Hildebrand of the Royals. Big hit in the Royals' end as puck breaks into neutral ice. This will be Colton Knox chasing after it behind the net. Coming back into the Redeemer end, that's Knox again. He tries to pass, it's a giveaway. Redeemer starting possession from behind their own net. This is the number 22, Asher Cabral, getting into the zone, firing a shot, a rebound side of the netting. And covered by Canisius' goalie. This is sent around the boards. Into the middle for Dawson Abrahams. Comes off his skate. And it's covered by Canisius. The Royals assume control in Canisius' end. Fired back on net. That one was just wide from the point. Canisius now with possession, look up ice. Intercepted in the neutral zone, but this is the number 15 getting into the zone. A couple of nice moves. That's number 15, Ronan Hoffmaster. Canisius keeps it in, and that's now Redeemer the other way. This is Chase Brown. Looks to go across the crease. See if they can... Some nice footwork there by the number 15 on the other side for the Royals. Tucker Copeland. But unable to get it by. Redeemer still in the Gretzky spot. Has the puck. This is Kozlowski now. Fires a shot. That one's just about a foot wide. Copeland will collect. Goes all the way around the horn and a goal. A shot from the point by Tucker Copeland, tipped in front. See who it's by in a moment. I believe it was number 16, Chase Brown. It will be. And the Royals are the first on the board this evening. And the Royals have the puck in their own zone. It's fired across ice to Ethan Smith. Ethan Smith, who I believe didn't really feature much or at all for the hockey team in the fall semester, possibly dealing with an injury of some sort, but he's back playing now and is on the first line along with Jake Voskamp and Hayden Fernhout. My apologies, last goal assisted by Hudson Kozlowski. I thought it was Copeland, but I must have been wrong. This is Voskamp now getting into the zone. He's behind the net, tries to keep the puck, but it just gets away from him. It's kept in. This is Cabral. Now back to Smith along the boards. Fired back in towards Cabral, tries to bat it down. Fernhout takes the shot. Cleared away. This is Ethan Smith. Cabral behind the net, tries to backhand it in front. It's poked away. Canisius goes the other way. This is the number 7, Kevin Krause, to give chase. But it's called up for icing in the Royals' end, and will or not icing, my apologies. This will be a face-off in the Royals' end. Number 11, Nick Woods, will take the face-off for Canisius. It's back out to the point now. Number 14, Buckite. A shot by Buckite is blocked and is cleared by Redeemer all the way down. This is Nick Woods, starting in his own zone. Dances across into the offensive zone, goes down, no penalty called. It's a little bit of a pile up in the corner, and then Redeemer dumps it the other way. Dawson Abraham's after it, pursuing the number 16, Lucas Vitello. This is now Buckite down the left-hand side. Gets past his defender, tries to shelf it on the near side, but misses the net by a slim margin. This is Woods now. Fires a shot off the leg of Carson Torrey for the Royals. Another collision in that corner. And it's fired down ice by the Royals. Redeemer currently short-handed, hence all the attempts to dump the puck down the ice. The time of the penalty is not currently on the the in-arena scoreboard, so I was not putting it on the live stream scoreboard, but we'll announce when Voskamp comes out of the box for the Royals. Until then, they are down 5-4, but they're doing a good job of keeping that off. Adam Beatty clears it around and outside the offensive zone, so Canisius will have to reset. This is LaRoque now. Up top, back to LaRoque on the left side. He takes a shot. It's a pad save by Hildebrand, and Jake Voskamp comes out of the box. And the Royals assume full strength as we've got 5-on-5 hockey. This is kept in by Canisius. Dumped back in. That was Jacob Brazo hit against the boards in his own end as Redeemer fires this up. Dawson Abrahams gives chase, but will be an icing call. The shots are 4-4 at this point in time. We've got a face-off coming in the Redeemer defensive zone. It's almost in front, but it's dealt with by Adam Beatty, flipping it around the boards. It's in by Canisius, trying to find it into the center of the offensive zone. It doesn't get there, but it's kept alive. Some nice stick handling to keep the puck in the zone. But eventually, now it's on the stick of Chase Brown as the Royals will outlet. This is Tucker Copeland down the right-hand side. And it's the second goal of the game. The Royals assume a 2-0 lead. It's Chase Brown with second of the game for the Royals. And Tucker Copeland, who I thought got the assist on the first goal, gets the assist on this one. As Redeemer comes the other way again, this is Jake Hackett coming into the offensive zone. Curls around the back of the net. Puck is taken off him. Goes the other way as Colton Knox has to keep it away from Buckheit here, who gets in and flips it up. It was unable to be cleared by the Redeemer defender. And this will be number 9 for Canisius, Jackson Grant, who has a quick response to the Royals goal and not levels this game, but cuts the Redeemer lead back to 1 after it grew to 2 a moment ago. Those are the moments where you're most vulnerable to conceding after you've just scored, and the Royals prove that. As this puck is now back in the Royals' end. It's fed out in front, but Easton Hildebrand doing well to get a stick on that. And now who we've got going the other way? This is Hayden Fernhout all the way, and he's slashed on his way to the net across the shins. And a penalty awarded. Not sure whether it'll be a standard penalty or a penalty shot. Looks like just a penalty. And we'll have Canisius go to 5-on-3. Looks like there's a couple men in the box for Canisius. Yeah, the Golden Griffins will have to deal with a 5-on-3. 8 minutes and 16 seconds left in the first. They just scored their first goal of the game a moment ago, and this is an unfortunate way to follow that up with having to deal with the 2-man disadvantage. It's Ethan Smith in the corner for the Royals. Smith across ice. It was a little bit of a weak pass. Didn't exactly get it to where he wanted to. Copeland now over to Smith. Tees one up, and it's a good save. And that is covered by Canisius' netminder. I'll find the number. It's number 30, I believe. Or maybe 39. Charlie Anzalone. This will be a face-off just outside of Canisius' zone. The Royals gain access to the zone and feed it in front of the net. It's tipped away. Rebound not completely able to be followed up by Redeemer. Behind the net now is a 2-on-1. Trying to get the puck away from one of the Canisius defenders, who's holding it very well between his skate and the board. Ethan Smith finally able to free it. Gets to Copeland all the way back on the blue line. And over to Smith, who fires a nice one-time slap shot. It's saved by Anzalone. And that was a high shot, also saved. Redeemer getting a good few scoring opportunities, and Copeland just doesn't get the contact he wants on that one. Comes back out to Smith at the point. Across to Kozlowski. Copeland now. Kozlowski again tees it up for Smith on the far side. And he finds the back of the net. Ethan Smith scores for Redeemer on the 5-on-3. And it's difficult being 2 men down. Those goals are quite common when a team is at a 2-man disadvantage. I also apologize for not having the Canisius goal on the scoreboard until a moment ago, but the score is all updated now. We sit at 3-1 in this game with 7 minutes and 1 second left in the first period. Canisius unfortunately stacking a couple men in the box. And we just have the 1 penalty to serve right now. Royals are in the offensive zone again.
His first of the season, scored by number 7, Ethan Smith. Assisted by number 15, Tucker Copeland. And by number 2, Hudson Kozlowski. Time of the goal, 12 minutes and 59 seconds of the first period. That's Smith, his first of the season, from Copeland and Kozlowski at 12:59.
It was Ethan Smith on that goal, assists by Tucker Copeland and Hudson Kozlowski. So we'll get a face-off in the Canisius end. Once again, facing 5-on-3. Both of these penalties are set to expire in, or sorry, just the one penalty is set to expire in 5 seconds, but the other one will be 2 minutes. So Canisius will be shorthanded for another 2 minutes as that one's tipped in front of the net by Carson Torrey. Still controlled by Redeemer. A 5-on-4 now. This is Chase Brown behind the net. Carson Torrey battling with one of the Canisius defenders in front of the net as this one's sent on net. Pad save by Anzalone as it's cleared and not quite kept in by the Royals. This will be number 11, Nick Woods, going the other way. Trying to recapture possession but is unable to. This is Fernhout coming through neutral ice. Abrahams enters the zone and drops it off for Chase Brown. He gets the return pass into the corner. Back to Brown. Brown drives inside. Pad save. And it's batted out of the zone as Redeemer regains control. Dawson Abrahams now feeds it to Fernhout. Fernhout almost able to corral it. It's almost tipped in front of Canisius' net by their own players, but it's settled again by the Royals, fed on net, and will be covered by Canisius. A little bit of a scuffle ensuing behind the net. Oh, my apologies. The Canisius goalie, not number 39, Charlie Anzalone, but number 30, Josh Gawron tonight. I don't think Redeemer's early lead can be attributed to poor net minding, but just maybe a variety of factors. Should he stay in the game tonight, he'll have to play well to give his team enough time to level the score on the other end by putting a few in Redeemer's net. But as for now, we still have 5 minutes and 3 seconds in this first period. And Canisius still has 42 seconds on a power play to serve. Redeemer leads the shot category 13-7. Face-off controlled by Redeemer. This is Adam Beattie who dumps it in, looking for Ethan Smith. Back to the point now for Kozlowski. Back to Smith. Across to Beatty, who's got a little open ice to look at. Kozlowski gets over to Smith again. That one gets past his stick. Chase Brown behind the net now. Curling up and firing across ice pass to Beatty. Kozlowski now beating his man, having a shot. He's saved. And tipped out of the zone by Canisius. This will be number 23, Baumgartner, going the other way. He is tripped up, whether on his own accord or a missed call by the referees, but no penalty called on that play. Number 16 gets it out of the zone. That's Lucas Vitello. But it's fired back to Redeemer, and they'll try and enter the zone through Tucker Copeland. It is Beatty now. Vitello in the corner trying to take it off of Redeemer's number 9, but it's covered out in front of Canisius' net. Redeemer Royals Hockey would like to thank Wes Skilstra of Remax Escarpment Realty, the official sponsor of our final score updates this season. Wes is passionate about helping families find their place to call home. So whether you're buying or selling, trust experience and integrity, and trust Wes Skilstra of Remax Escarpment Realty. Thank you, Wes, for your ongoing support of Redeemer Royals Athletics. It's just shot from the points by Nick Vanderweer, and another one goes wide of the net as Canisius gets the puck out of the zone, but it's quickly recovered as Redeemer player blows a tire. That's Asher DeBoer, the number 10. Spins and tries to find Vanderweer again. It's recovered by Canisius. Vanderweer flips it towards the Canisius net. It's cleared around the boards and will go all the way down and be an icing against the Golden Griffins.
Redeemer Royals fans, please welcome Sophie, Sarah, Bethany, and Miriam from the Brantford Soccer Club, here to watch the Royals hockey game.
In the corner and behind the net now, Dawson Abrahams gets it out to the point for Asher Cabral. It's fed in and flipped over the boards and out of play. Redeemer Royals Hockey would also, tonight's Redeemer Royals Hockey game is brought to you by Finn Pools, a proud sponsor of your Royals and the Mega Splash move of the game. For over 25 years, Finn Pools has been transforming backyards with custom designs, expert installations, and trusted maintenance, delivering top quality products they stand behind. From concept to completion, they believe kindness matters and every project deserves excellence. They visit finnpools.ca, that's FINNPOOLS.ca, to learn more or to start your next pool project today. Thank you to Finn Pools for supporting Redeemer Royals Athletics. And Chase Brown enters the zone. A nice toe drag and a feed into the center of the ice. Chase Brown, who's on a hat trick, almost backhands that in off the rebound, but no dice. As Cabral has it behind the net. Out to the point now. It's just lost out of the zone by Copeland. I'll have to reset. As Abrahams collects it. Goes to the net, has no one with him. He'll curl all the way around. He feeds it to the far side for Colton Knox. That one shot is deflected and won't be able to be kept in by Sam Pereira. All the way back in Redeemer's end now as they feed it forward. Abrahams. Some nifty stick handling. Left it for Chase Brown, but a little bit too close to an opponent's stick. But Brown comes away with it, but he's now got two on him, and that was not able to hold on to the puck for much longer. And number 11 now, Nick Woods, all the way. Pereira doing his due diligence and is hit very hard behind the net. Nick Woods is from behind, and we'll have a stoppage of play. Possible penalty assessed on this play, I'm not sure yet. Doesn't look as though it will be. Still. Oh no! Yes, it will. Carson Torrey, number 82 for the Royals, heading to the box to serve a penalty. It'll put Canisius on a one-man advantage for 2 minutes. So a Royals penalty kill coming up.
Redeemer penalty, number 82, Carson Torrey, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 18 minutes, 32 seconds of the first period.
It's a roughing call that warranted the penalty for Carson Torrey. I believe it was for that hit behind the net. This puck is dumped all the way down the ice as the Royals attempt to kill this penalty. For a shorthanded team, there are no icing infractions, so that is why the Royals are able to do that when they are down a man, but not on 5-on-5. This is Vitello now in neutral ice. As we enter the last minute of play, the Redeemer penalty will continue into the early happenings of the second period, as Canisius will try and level this one, or get one closer. Instead, only one back if they can get a shot there. It looked like it came off near the top corner of the net. It did make a sound of hitting the post, but looked very close to going in. My apologies. Clock malfunction. Face off on Canisius' side of center ice. As Canisius gets control, that's the number 12 dumping it into Redeemer's zone. And Patrick LaRoque, his teammate wanted it across ice, but this is fired around. As Bobby Dickey comes back out to Dickey again. And it's called off. Whatever ensuing action happened after the net came off its moorings. There will still be 32 seconds left in the Redeemer power play, the Redeemer penalty kill at the start of the second period. But at the end of the first, the score 3-1 for the Redeemer Royals. Heading into the first intermission. Apologize for any technical issues. Operating both the scoreboard and doing the commentating tonight, so I'm trying my best to split my attention. But as we enjoyed tonight's game, we want to take a moment to highlight an important initiative coming up this Wednesday, and that is Bell Let's Talk Day. At Redeemer University, we believe every student and every student-athlete is created in the image of God and worthy of care, compassion, and support. Bell Let's Talk Day is a national movement dedicated to raising awareness and breaking the stigma surrounding mental health. This Wednesday, Bell will donate towards mental health initiatives across Canada based on engagement. Every post, text, and interaction that uses hashtag Bell Let's Talk helps drive funding and strengthens the national conversation. We encourage our Redeemer community, students, families, alumni, and supporters watching tonight to check in on someone, listen deeply, and take a step towards supporting mental well-being. Mental health matters, and together we can all make a difference. We will take a break for the first intermission, and we will see you back for the And we're back for the start of the second period. We resume where we left off with the Royals leading 3-1, and currently on the penalty kill as Canisius gains the zone. Number 11, Nick Woods, is behind the net. And to the back post, tapped in to bring this game to 3-2 right out of the gates, capitalizing on the man advantage. Canisius will bring themselves within one of the Royals. That's Ronan Hoffmaster at the back post, tapping in that nice pass from Nick Woods, I believe. (3-2) the score. And Redeemer still with a few seconds left. Or sorry, that brings the Royals back to full strength. As the Royals back in their own zone with Colton Knox.
Canisius power play goal scored by number 15, Ronan Hoffman, assisted by number 11, Nick Woods. Time of the goal, 26 seconds of the second period. That's Hoffmaster from Woods.
Fired across on net,
26 seconds.
and it's tipped in. I believe this may be waved off, though. I believe that was scored with a high stick. I think the referees will agree with that decision. It's popped up in the air, but controlled with a stick above the height of the crossbar. So it will be deemed illegal contact, and there will be a face-off just outside of Canisius' end. As number 10, LaRoque, fires it in. Hildebrand out to deal with it. Fired around the boards, kept in by Nick Woods in the corner. Now LaRoque goes after it. Ethan Smith might get to it first and does. Out to Voskamp, back to Smith. Controlled by the Royals in neutral ice, but a big hit laid on Jake Voskamp, who gets up quickly. Good to see. The Royals control through Colton Knox, but that's fired around the boards if they can keep it in over there. Sam Pereira on the far side. Tries to feed it in. LaRoque's there. And it's just going to come out of the neutral zone, and it's going to be popped up into the Royals bench for a stoppage of play. Redeemer Royals Hockey would like to thank Wes Skilstra of Remax Escarpment Realty, the official sponsor of our final score updates this season. Wes is passionate about helping families find their place to call home. So whether you're buying or selling, trust experience and integrity, and trust Wes Skilstra of Remax Escarpment Realty. And thank you, Wes, as always, for your ongoing support of Redeemer Royals Athletics. As Canisius comes back into the zone. And number 25, Bobby Dickey, gets around the net. And it's fired up into the netting. And we'll have a stoppage of play. Face off to Easton Hildebrand's right. That is the Redeemer goalkeeper. This is going the length of the ice, and Copeland's in pursuit of it. He has Chase Brown on the other side, back to Copeland. And I believe that would have gone in off the skate of Copeland, which would have been legal if it wasn't a kicking motion. I think that would have been fine. I don't think Copeland was expecting the return pass from Brown, but I think it was the right decision from Brown. Copeland was wide open. He just couldn't get his stick on it. But now we come the other way. A burst of speed. The number 14 is denied by Easton Hildebrand. That was Tyler Buckheit coming the other way, trying to score in all alone on the breakaway. This is Sam Pereira now flipping it into the Canisius zone. Be a face-off just outside of the Royals zone.
We follow the NFL, and the score for Buffalo and Denver is 30-30 going into overtime.
Canisius gains access to the zone. It's number 91, Joshua Conta, almost getting the puck in the middle of the zone there, but not quite. Or sorry, this is on the other end. This is in Canisius' ice as Redeemer tucks it home. My mind had not adjusted to the change of sides in the second period, but Redeemer's on the board. And I believe that is Carson Torrey who put that home on the doorstep with the backhand. The Redeemer captain getting things going back again for the Royals in the second period as they reassume their 2-goal lead. Face off outside of the Royals zone. Ooh, big hit into the boards in front of me. Jacob Brazo took that one like a champ.
Assisted by number 14, Jax Acklin. Time of the goal, 3 minutes, 10 seconds of the second period. That's Torrey, his fourth of the season. Assisted by Acklin at 3:10.
That's Carson Torrey's 4th goal of the season a moment ago, assisted by Redeemer number 14, Jax Acklin. As this face-off is just outside of the Royals zone. And this is in neutral ice now with Canisius as they dump it in. Hildebrand gets a stick on it. Number 2, Riley Fadzinger dumping it in. Hildebrand is behind the net to clear it away. Now into neutral ice. Asher DeBoer firing it into number 9. It's covered by Canisius and will be a face-off. Apologize for the slight delay in, for the slight break in commentary. Just trying to figure out some technical things with the scoreboard, trying to add the names of the teams, but unfortunately we'll have to do without them for now. But Redeemer is currently leading 4-2, the Canisius Golden Griffins. For those of you just joining us, wondering which team is attributed to what score. This puck now in the Canisius zone. Number 16, Lucas Vitello gets it around to Hoffmaster. Into the boards. A big hit by Dawson Abrahams gets the puck free. Abrahams now. Chase Brown feeds it back into Abrahams. Nice spinning pass to try and get it to the back post. And there was someone there, but they may just not have been expecting it. This is Canisius now in the Royals zone. That shot almost being able to be tucked home. This is Chase Brown now going the other way. He has men with him. It's a 3-on-2. He'll go to the outside and get past the defender, try and flip it in, and does! Chase Brown with the length of the ice. Travels the length of the ice. He has men with him, chose to go alone, beat his defender and slotted it in the far side. If I'm not mistaken, that's his third of the game. That is the Royals' fifth here tonight. And they have a 5-2 lead over the visiting Canisius Golden Griffins in this second period. Play restarts at center ice. Dumped into Canisius' end. This is Braden Yangst getting it out of the zone. And with it again in neutral ice. Dumped in behind for Hildebrand to deal with. Now Ackland on the boards. Canisius gets it. And not for long before the Royals pork check it and start going the other way. Ty Story, who runs into a couple defenders and eventually makes it around to the corner in Canisius' zone, but now it's out the other way. And icing was called on that play, although it seemed as though the Canisius player was going to get to the puck before the Royals player was. It was Joshua Conta in alone. Looked like he was going to make contact well ahead of the Royals player, but icing called. Perhaps the wrong call made there. As it's back in the Royals zone with number 17, Jacob Brazo, coming the other way. Neutral ice now. Brazo again dumps it in.
If your ticket number from earlier had the last three numbers 423, make sure to head over to the jersey table, not to the table out in the front for the intermission game show.
Noah Wildeboer takes this face off. It's eventually controlled by Canisius. They'll get it cross ice. It's fired on net. That's a little bit wide. Redeemer's back to control it. It's fired in by Mason Clark. And dumped all the way back. Down, Clark will touch it up for icing. Tonight's Redeemer Royals hockey game is proudly brought to you by Finn Pools, a proud sponsor of your Royals and the Make a Splash move of the game. For over 25 years, Finn Pools has been transforming backyards with custom designs, expert installations, and trusted maintenance, delivering top quality products they stand behind. From concept to completion, they believe kindness matters and every project deserves excellence. Visit finnpools.ca, that's FINNPOOLS.ca, to learn more or to start your next pool project today. And we thank you, Finn Pools, for supporting Redeemer Royals Athletics. Canisius has the puck in neutral ice, but it's taken by Noah Wildeboer. And we come the other way now. Redeemer in the offensive zone. Ethan Smith in the corner. A couple of defenders on him. Now Fernhout. And dumped all the way back for Hildebrand, who leaves it for Colton Knox. Some confidence to keep the puck away from the Canisius players. The nifty little bit of stick handling. That's fed into the middle of the ice for Knox, but it gets its way back to Voskamp, who keeps it through a couple of defenders. The Fernhout now in the corner. Gets it back out to the blue line for Knox. This is Smith now. Cross ice pass is flipped up in the air, and Cabral's there. That cross ice pass is gloved by Ethan Smith, but it's taken right back by Canisius. But the Royals now in their own end. Voskamp starting things. Looking to carry this puck forward. Gets it to Smith. Fanned on the pass a little bit. And if the Royals entered the zone, it would have been plenty offside. But Smith gets into the zone with a nice little bit of stick handling and a good save by Garon in the Canisius net. This is Buckite. Nice toe drag to the outside. And that might have counted had the net not come off its moorings. I do believe this play will be, that goal will be waved off. Use goal in quotations, as it was never formally afforded to Canisius, but they will not score a goal on this play. But Colton Knox will be going to the penalty box, if I'm not mistaken here. Will be soon announced what the infraction is that put him there. We still have 8 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this second period. The score currently 5 for the home team Redeemer Royals and 2 for the visiting Canisius Golden Griffins. It was 3-1 at the end of the first period, so we've had 2 goals for the Royals and 1 goal for the Golden Griffins in the second period. And we'll have a 2-minute power play for the Golden Griffins beginning now. This is Vitello. Now across to Woods. A great pass to the other side of the ice and a wrist shot saved and gets back out to Canisius. This is Woods again on the right side. He fires a shot through a defender. No, he was all up in his grill. There's Vitello now. Passes a little bit in front of Woods, but it stays with Canisius. This is Buckite. Now out to the point. It's fed across for Vitello. Now Woods. That pass did not have a receiver. Vitello gets it around the boards, and Hildebrand is able to track that through traffic and settle it for a face-off in the Royals' end. And that took just about a minute off the Royals' penalty kill. I have a minute 3 left to serve of it. Redeemer won the face-off, but it's quickly controlled by the team with the power play. This is LaRoque, who had the shot on net, but it's cross ice now for Conta. It's saved by Hildebrand, and now Beatty has the chance to fire it down ice and buy the Royals some time. This is dumped in behind. Conta to chase. This is Klar. Cross ice. Back to Klar. As Conta was able to work himself pretty close into the net before he took a shot. It was saved by the pads of Easton Hildebrand. Only a matter of seconds, 8 seconds left on this power play as one of the Royals almost tips it into their own net. And Redeemer is back to full strength. And they break out of the zone here through Ty Story if he can get there before Gawron can, but Josh Gawron is there to clear the danger before Ty Story is able to latch onto it and try and get a scoring chance. 6.5 minutes left here in the second period. Royals in their own end, having just killed off a penalty. This is assistant captain Adam Beatty making his way through neutral ice. He has Wildeboer in front of the net, tried to feed it to him. It didn't make it there. This is now towards Asher DeBoer, but he may not make it there. It's a big hit on Asher DeBoer as it's fired back in around. Mason Klar corrals it on the far end, but it's now out with Asher Cabral. Cabral again. Bounces off the boards. Kozlowski fires a wrister from the point. It's tipped before it makes its way to the net, but it is covered by Gawron in the Canisius net. Face off to the left of Josh Gawron in the Canisius goal. This is retrieved by Jake Voskamp, but only for a moment, as it's now out of the zone. Gavin Bumgartner was the one to get it out. Now Charlie McDonald coming around behind the net, but Redeemer will take it through Jake Voskamp as he's pressured by a couple of Canisius players and eventually turned over, but Hudson Kozlowski is back on the scene quickly to help out, and Fernhout now cross ice almost had an open lane to the net, but he feeds it in front, and that will be tucked home. A nice feed, nice patience by Hayden Fernhout to throw it in front of the net, and a clinical finish on the tape of assistant captain Jake Voskamp. He will further Redeemer's scoring in this game, bringing their lead to 4 as Redeemer scores their 6th of the game and their 3rd of this period. 3-1 was the score of the first period, and 3-1 will also be the score of the second should nothing else happen in this period. Royals offense having a good night, mustering 3 goals per period so far. Canisius out of their own zone. This is Pereira back to deal with it.
Redeemer Royals goal! His 5th of the season, scored by number 19, Jake Voskamp. Assisted by number 21, Hayden Fernhout. And by number 9, Noah Wildeboer.
So along with Hayden Fernhout, Noah Wildeboer also getting an assist on that goal, scored by Jake Voskamp. But we will have a Royals player in the box for a few minutes. 2-minute power play coming to the Canisius Golden Griffins. We'll see if they can respond to that goal that was just scored on them a moment ago. This will be Dawson Abrahams, one of Redeemer's assistant captains, in the penalty box for the next 2 minutes. This will be contact to the head, the cause of the penalty. Oh, Canisius had a chance in front, lost the stick handle. It's cleared by the Royals. Canisius coming the other way. Fired out of the zone by the Royals. This is Vitello, who will keep hold of it. Woods now, pursued by Captain Carson Torrey. It's flipped now to Vitello, who has some momentum, getting into Redeemer's zone. Beats his man and can fire a shot. And it gets... Easton Hildebrand makes contact with his glove, but it slips by him into the net. And Canisius scoring another. That's the second time in the game that they've scored very soon after conceding themselves. Something that the Royals will have to make note of, although I believe... I don't know if the first time it was on the power play as well, but this time with the man advantage. But you have to take advantage of those opportunities, and Canisius did. This play resumes now. Canisius enters the zone again and fires one on net. Pad save by Hildebrand. It stays in the offensive zone.
Canisius power play goal scored by number 16, Lucas. Unassisted goal at 16:33.
And the net has been knocked off its moorings once again. Canisius now wiring a shot on net. That was Riley Fadzinger, but it's blocked. And attempting a pass to Asher DeBoer. Mason Clark gets after it behind his own net. He'll loft it forwards, only as far as Asher Cabral, who will turn past a couple of defenders and get it back into the Canisius zone. Noah Wildeboer will be after that one. But it's lofted forward by Canisius again. Colton Knox there. Now Ethan Smith in the offensive zone keeps it. Puts it behind the net. Wildeboer tries to put it out in front in case anyone was there. Takes a couple deflections in front. Colton Knox keeps it in the offensive zone. Shovels it around trying to find Wildeboer if he can keep it. Back to Knox now. Who drives along the boards. And a backhand in front of the net taken by Wildeboer, just a bit high. It's kept in, but Kozlowski let it leave the zone for just a moment, and it will be whistled for offside. Face-off will happen just outside of the Canisius zone.
Penalties to Canisius, number 2, Riley Fassinger, and Redeemer number 3, Colton Knox. 10 minutes each for misconduct.
I don't know how I'm missing some of these penalties, but a couple of 10 minutes penalties were just handed out to a couple of Redeemer players, or sorry, a Redeemer and a Canisius player. guess they were just misconduct. So both of those players will just not allowed to will not be allowed to come back into the game for 10 minutes, but play will still resume at 5-on-5. So no change to the amount of men on the ice despite those 2 penalties. Just a minute 39 remaining in the first period. It's kept in by Redeemer. Stopped by Fernhout behind the net. Tries to get it in front for Smith, who was tied up. And cross-ice pass not successful by Canisius as Fernhout retrieves it. Forward to Smith, who carries it through neutral ice and into the offensive zone. Smith now down the right side, tries to fire it inside and does, finds a recipient. Hayden Fernhout shot that wide. It may have been deflected on the way through, I'm not sure. Now Voskamp drives towards the net. Feeds it out in front. Smith has a chance, and now a shot from the point. Or not from the point, I guess. A little bit out in front of the net. Kozlowski hits a slap shot. It's deflected and up and over the glass. And we'll have a reset of play. This will be Carson Torrey to take this face off in the Canisius zone. This is Nick Vanderweer going behind the net. Feeding it out in front. There were a couple players there, but no one able to get a stick on it. Canisius now comes the other way. It's lofted in towards Easton Hildebrand, and he quite easily gloves that down. There will be a face-off in the Redeemer end as a result of that. Shot taken by Clar is deflected into the corner, and Vanderweer is there, but it's taken away from him. It's now LaRoque in front. A couple pad saves. There was almost a backhand chance to tuck that around the pad of Easton Hildebrand, but the Canisius player not able to do that. And that will bring us to the end of the second period. With the score after 2 periods, 6-3 in favor of the Redeemer Royals. As we enjoy tonight's game, we want to take a moment to highlight an important initiative coming up this Wednesday, and that is Bell Let's Talk Day. At Redeemer University, we believe every student and every student athlete is created in the image of God and worthy of care, compassion, and support. Bell Let's Talk Day is a national movement dedicated to raising awareness and breaking the stigma surrounding mental health. This Wednesday, Bell will donate towards mental health initiatives across Canada based on engagement. Every post, text, and interaction that uses hashtag Bell Let's Talk helps drive funding and strengthens the national conversation. We encourage our Redeemer community, the students, the families, alumni, and supporters watching tonight to check in on someone, listen deeply, and take a step towards supporting mental well-being. Mental health matters, and together we can all make a difference. We'll be aware of the programs going on this Wednesday on Bell Let's Talk Day. Now, at the end of the second period, score 6-3 in favor of the Royals over the Canisius Golden Griffins. We will take about a 15-minute break for the intermission and see you. Welcome back for the start of the third period in tonight's UNYCHL hockey game between the Redeemer Royals and the Canisius Golden Griffins. We pick up with Redeemer currently having a 6-3 lead over the visitors here in Stony Creek, Ontario at the Gateway Ice Center. That puck is deflected and caught by Easton Hildebrand in the Redeemer net and will be a face-off to the left of the Redeemer netminder. Face-off won and quickly covered again. As we enjoy tonight's game, we'd like to take a moment to remind you that there's an important initiative happening this Wednesday, Bell Let's Talk Day. Engagement on social media, including text and other methods of conversation, will donate money towards mental health support in Canada. Consider participating. Mental health matters, and together we can make a difference. This puck is out front for the Royals. It's along the boards now with Copeland trying to win it back off the Canisius defender. That's kept in by the Royals. Canisius going the other way, content to dump it in and get a line change. Hildebrand comes out to play it and leave it for Jake Voskamp. Already a minute and a half gone in this third period. That one gets around the Canisius player, still in neutral ice. Fernhout will circle back with it. Willing to be patient with his team's 3-goal lead. Sent down the other way for Garon. Along the boards is Fernhout battling for it. It comes its way to Smith, who flips it forward to Voskamp, but that was awkward to control. Voskamp now has it along the board. He's pinned, and Smith comes along to get it. Fired it back to the point and fired back in on net. It was stopped before it got all the way to the net. Fernhout trying to take it off a Canisius player as they break the zone and come in the other way. And we'll have an offside call as Canisius enters the zone. This is Wildeboer. Tries to fire it in front. No one able to get their stick on it. That's Bumgartner along the left-hand side. Trying to keep it. Braden Yangst briefly pursuing it in the Royals' end. Now to the point for Vitello. Gets it across to Yangst. Now the Royals come the other way. This is Wildeboer. That's a nifty block by Ryan Malberg, who keeps that away from that attempted wraparound. No good, and it will be cleared out of the zone. And Nick Vanderweer will be back to send it back into the Canisius zone. Malberg forward to Yangst. He tips that on. Hildebrand plays it. Forward now in an absolute acre of space was Ty Story. He wasn't able to keep control of it. A bit of a heavy touch as he came into the zone, and that chance was no more. But Redeemer has built themselves a 3-goal lead as that shot comes off the post from Jack Sackland. Fires it back out to the point where I believe that's Carson Torrey fired a shot. A glove save by Garon. Torrey now behind the net again. Ackland pushed into the boards and pushed off the puck momentarily, but keeps with it. Backhands it out to the middle of the ice. Sent back in by Asher Cabral. And Redeemer will change their line. Copeland. That's Patrick LaRoque along the boards. Now Dawson Abrahams forward. It's Chase Brown, who's already got a hat trick to his name tonight. Sandwiched into the boards by a couple of Canisius players, but he's still able to get the puck out to the point for Adam Beatty, who fires a slap shot on net. That's just a little bit wide. Kozlowski sends it down the boards, and then it's misplaced. And back into Redeemer's end it will go. 14 and a quarter minutes left on the clock here tonight. Canisius still trailing the Royals by 3 goals. Each of the 2 periods featured Redeemer winning each period 3-1. We'll see what the third holds as this pass is sent across ice for Buckheit. As he sends it in front, it's flipped up towards the boards, and play will be whistled dead. I'm unsure under what reason, but we will have a face-off in the Redeemer zone, it seems. Now Canisius sending it in on net. There's a rebound and it falls and trickles across the goal line. To Vitello. They go to Woods. Hoffmaster curling around the top of the zone, and driving into the net, tries a little backhand, but the net is knocked off its moorings again. As the referees are doing some conflict management in front of the net. I'd like to remind you that tonight's Redeemer Royals hockey game is proudly brought to you by Finn Pools, a proud sponsor of your Royals and the Make a Splash move of the game. For over 25 years, Finn Pools has been transforming backyards with custom designs, expert installations, and trusted maintenance, delivering top quality products they stand behind. From concept to completion, they believe kindness matters and every project deserves excellence. Visit finnpools.ca to learn more. That's FINNPOOLS.ca to learn more or to start your next pool project today. Thank you to Finn Pools for supporting Redeemer Royals Athletics. Redeemer momentarily on the man disadvantage on the penalty kill. I suppose that was the stoppage of play recently that led to that. It's a shot fired on net. by Konta. Across ice, that one's deflected. Stays in as it hits the top of the glass. Around to Patrick LaRoque. And it's taken by Ty Story going the other way. He beats the Canisius defender to the puck. Gets behind the net, tries the wraparound. Falls to the ground, no penalty assessed. As Story hustles back on defense and lays a big hit in the open ice, allowing for Dawson Abrahams to go in 1 versus 1, but technically 4, as there were 3 close behind him. Almost a shorthanded goal opportunity for the Royals, as this makes its way back into the Royals zone. Only a few seconds left on this penalty kill as Asher Cabral gets into the zone. As Noah Wildeboer returns to the ice to make this game 5-on-5 again. 11 and a half minutes to go in this third period. Noah Wildeboer fires a shot. That was powerful. Just a little bit high and wide, but a good effort from the point. As Wildeboer gets that shot, stick is hit as he shoots it. Kind of a looping shot, flies past the net, and this one's sent on net from Kozlowski from the point, and will be held by Garon in the Canisius net. Face off in Canisius zone. And behind the net now is Fernhout. Spins to find Smith. Out front is Voskamp, who makes contact with that, gets a shot off. Comes back to Voskamp. Gets inside, and it's taken off him by Fernhout. And shot. Smith trying one, comes back off the post. Vanderweer now fires one on net, and it's saved and covered by Josh Garon. Giving chase and getting there first before anyone else is Tyler Buckite, or Bukite, perhaps. And it's fired on net from Riley Fatzinger. And some extracurriculars in front of the net. Not lasting very long, thankfully. We'll have a penalty given to Canisius here. And number 15 will be in the box for a couple of minutes. That is Ronan Hoffmaster. I'm seeing there's a Royal in the box as well. Not sure if this was from the same incident, but likely. But we do have 5-on-5 on the ice, so it looks like this will be a couple of misconducts, I believe, and will not affect the amount of people on the ice at this point in time. We'll have even strength hockey resume. Coming on the line is Ethan Smith. Fired forward and controlled by Fatzinger. Braden Yanks gets it around, and Easton Hildebrand comes to play the puck. Number 19 down the Fernhout. Fernhout takes a shot. Nice blocker save by Garon, and followed up by a big hit on the boards by one of the Canisius players on Redeemer. Ethan Smith is battling amongst a couple of Canisius players for the puck. Has a nice little stick drag to keep it away from those defenders enclosing around him. It's in the corner now with Redeemer. Voskamp battling. He's pinned. Smith is there. Smith's defender loses a stick. The shot to the face against Ethan Smith. On the other side of the rink from where the puck is, play continues. Smith will take a sub, and the puck will be behind Canisius' net as they launch a pass forward. Past Asher Cabral all the way around the horn. It slid along the boards, but all the way out back to Canisius' defensive end. Cross ice now into neutral ice. And number 29, Bobby Dickey, but it comes the other way now. And back towards Canisius. 29, Dickey. A little spin pass in front for Nathan Guys, doesn't get through. The Royals will come the other way now. Dawson Abraham, center ice. Copeland setting it in the save by Josh Garon. More chances in front of the net. No dice for the Royals. An amazing few pieces of goaltending by Josh Garon as he's now able to cover the play, and the net has been dislodged again. These two teams keep going at it after every whistle. But magnificent goalkeeping by the Canisius netminder there. And he keeps his team afloat and only 3 goals behind Redeemer. That surely would have been a goal otherwise. Update the shots here for a moment. We're currently at 36-33 in favor of the home side. Just under 8 minutes left to play. We haven't seen Canisius score more than 1 goal in a period so far. That's nothing to say that they can't. Surely anything can happen in the game of hockey, but with the way the Royals have been playing, you'd like to think that they'll be able to keep the puck out of their net another 3 times. Maybe even get one more for themselves, and it looks like we'll have a 2-minute penalty assessed to Canisius here. So they will be down and on the penalty kill for the next 2 minutes, which is not ideal for them staging a comeback. This is Chase Brown with a nice little toe drag and a kick to himself, who's now behind the net. Feeds it way out to Dawson Abraham, but before it gets to Abraham, it's taken by a Canisius player and flipped down the length of the ice. Easton Hildebrand is out to play it, and Hudson Kozlowski restarts play behind the net. He's closely pursued, but gets away, and a nice cross-ice pass finds Dawson Abraham's in space. He picks up a little bit of speed, gets to the outside. The right-handed player gets to his right side and is now on puck in the corner. Patience. Ethan Smith now on the right hash mark. Fed up top, a slap shot, and it's Chase Brown in the right place at the right time, finding a fortunate bounce. I believe eventually off the helmet of the Canisius goalie, Josh Garwan, it looked like, and fell right on the doorstep for Chase Brown, who nets his 4th of tonight to give the Redeemer Royals a 7-3 lead. This game looking more and more out of reach for Canisius with every passing minute, as there's only 7 minutes of play left and Canisius currently trails by 4. A disappointing result. After a couple of times the Royals scored, Canisius has scored quickly. That could happen again, but in the context of the game, it would take a lot to continue that rate of scoring to make this game a winnable one. And it looks like we'll have another 2-minute penalty assessed to Canisius. The number 22, Patrick LaRoque, will be in the box this time, serving another 2 minutes. It will be a slashing penalty. But it comes the other way. Nick Wood fires a nice wrist shot, saved by Easton Hildebrand. And as we get into neutral ice, the play is stopped, and we'll have a face-off to reset play. Redeemer Royals Hockey at this time would like to thank Wes Skilstra of Remax Escarpment Realty, the official sponsor of our Final Score updates this season. Wes is passionate about helping families find their place to call home. So whether you're buying or selling, trust experience and integrity, and trust Wes Skilstra of Remax Escarpment Realty. Thank you, as always, Wes, for your ongoing support of Redeemer Royals Athletics.
Redeemer penalty number 10, Asher DeBoer, 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes, 21 seconds of the third period.
We'll have a Asher DeBoer penalty as well for high sticking, I believe. That was just mentioned a couple moments ago. So we'll have some 4-on-4 for the time being. And then Canisius will have 25 seconds or so of 5-on-4 themselves. We've got a Redeemer player skating into the Canisius end, and they're inadvertently tripped up. I believe that was Asher Cabral. Will be another penalty for the Golden Griffins, I believe. Will be another 2-minute penalty for the visiting side. Face-off is won by the Royals. A shot by Kozlowski is blocked.
2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes, 58 seconds up the third period.
So we've got a 4-on-3.
Royals power play.
But Canisius looks to go the other way. I believe that was number 15, Ronan Hoffmaster, looking to go the distance. But now it's back in the Canisius end with possession by the Royals as Lucas Vitello goes the other way. And he's poke-checked by Kozlowski, doing some due diligence on the defensive end. Vitello almost wrestles it off a couple of Royals players again. It takes a little bit of a shove from the Royals player going the other way. This is Chase Brown looking for his 5th of the game. Should he be able to manage it? Poked away from him. And Dawson Abrahams now curling around on his wrong side. But Chase Brown now down the boards. And in the corner again. And it's sent around by a Canisius player. Patrick LaRocque is giving chase.
And your Redeemer Royals are back to full strength and on another Royals power play.
Now we're looking at a 5-on-4 for Redeemer as they enter the zone with Noah Wildeboer. Left for Asher Cabral. Toe drag around a defender. Gets inside. He's stopped before he could get a shot off. Sent in the zone by Matthew LaRocque. It's almost tipped out. It is. It gets out of the zone from Ethan Smith. Now Copeland across ice. Tries to send it back to Smith, but good defending by Canisius. Under 4 minutes left to play in this game. Shots 38-36 for the home side. This is Bumgartner. But that puck is taken off him. Torrey now outside to Copeland. Copeland with a burst of speed, getting to the backhand, trying to flip it in. A couple of follow-ups, but no luck for the Royals on the rebound. It'll be covered by Josh Garon and will be a face-off. In behind the Canisius nets, flicked in front by Jack Zacklin towards Ty Story. Now to the point for Adam Beattie, who fires that one on net. That was going to be a little bit wide. Carson Torrey tried to redirect it, picks it up on the boards and tries to flip it forward for Story in the corner. Story now behind the net. Gets it back out to the point for Adam Beattie, who wires a slap shot on net. Good save with the pad by Garon. Out in front looking for Story. It doesn't get there. Bobby Dickey in the way. Looks to lift it forward for Jackson Grant, who gets it across. Fired in front by Buckite. And a big hit on the boards. And sent into the corner by Kevin Krause. Around the horn it comes to Jackson Grant again. He's hit. Krause across. Sent forward along the boards out of the zone. The Royals will have to reset with less than 2 minutes to play. Kozlowski in the Royals zone. Now Wildeboer. And will be whistled off for offside. Have a face-off just outside of the Canisius zone. Shots 40-36 for the home side. Kozlowski now across. Asher DeBoer. Many defenders around him. Wildeboer unable to find the puck. Out of the zone now is Charlie McDonald. Nathan Guys following the play. Was back into the zone. I thought that maybe would have been whistled for offside, but my mistake. Asher DeBoer now coming down the left-hand side. He gets a shot off still, and it's a save by Garon as Redeemer keeps it in. Behind the net now. Canisius tries to clear, and it's out into neutral ice. Ty Story leaves it for Jacob Brazo. Nick Vanderweer firing a shot just a little bit wide of the net. And as the puck gets back out into neutral ice, we have a whistle for likely what will be the last possession of the game. This faceoff will be taken just outside of the Royals zone. 17 seconds left to play. The Royals basically having wrapped this one up with a score of 7-3 currently. 4 goals from Chase Brown in this one. All that the Royals would have needed to be victorious in this game. As we go down to the last final seconds, the puck dumped in to Easton Hildebrand behind the net to play it. Shovels it out one way down the boards. The final buzzer sounds and the Royals have victory on this Saturday night over the visiting Canisius Golden Griffins.
Golden Griffins 3. for the Golden Griffins. Only one goal took place in the third period at 12:56 from number 16, Chase Brown, his 9th of the season and 4th of the game, assisted by number 4, Dawson Abrahams.
I'd like to remind you that as we wrap up tonight's game, we want to take a moment to highlight an important initiative coming up this Wednesday. That is Bell Let's Talk Day. At Redeemer University, we believe every student and every student-athlete is created in the image of God and worthy of care, compassion, and support. Bell Let's Talk Day is a national movement dedicated to raising awareness and breaking the stigma surrounding mental health. This Wednesday, Bell will donate towards mental health initiatives across Canada based on engagement. Every post, text, and interaction that uses hashtag Bell Let's Talk helps drive funding and strengthens the national conversation. We encourage our Redeemer community, students, families, alumni, and supporters watching tonight to check in on someone, listen deeply, and take a step towards supporting mental well-being. Mental health matters, and together we can make a difference. Thank you for tuning in tonight. As for myself, Jared Meyer, I hope to see you for our next Royals Hockey live stream. But for now, thank you for joining us, and